you, Noble Equipment and JCB. Out with the old, in with the new. We've dropped our telehandler off over there to get some work done. We have a brand spanking new 530 T60 that we're gonna try out while ours is getting worked on. But the real surprise is that little guy right there, a 2025 Fast Track Icon 4220. This is happening. Well, today's pretty cool because not only are we running the new Icon, thank you JCB for letting us put this thing through its paces, but we're learning everything Icon. And Scott Stoll from JCB, product specialist on the Fast Track line. We've crossed paths with you before. Thank you for all the help and obviously the access to the demo tractor this spring. Our drill is the most complex implement that we own, especially from an isobus standpoint, and the Icon is the perfect candidate to be taking care of all the technology in the drill but utilizing the tech on the tractor side. So right off the bat this morning, Scott pointed out a hilarious fact that we just finished installing the Dakota Micro camera in the tractor, and silly us,
run it all through the tractor monitor.
Yeah, so we should have ran it through the tractor monitor. So we need to get an adapter cable to do that, but that's just one of hopefully many things that we're gonna find today in this spring season running this tractor, that taking advantage of everything Icon.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll see what else we can figure out today.
Yeah, let's get some acres under this thing, and thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, thanks Scott. Watch this, guys.
iConnect, iControl, iConfigure.
Yep.
iConnect is your isobus compatibility, your GPS compatibility,
Yep.
phone compatibility. I mean, it's just more compatible with everything. Yeah.
Yeah, all the little things, the connectability of it, obviously isobus connections being one of them, work really well so far. Pretty quick, and we are running an aftermarket GPS system.
Yep.
The Agra GPS, we did upgrade to an RTK system this year, which is kind of cool because this is the first 4000 series Fast Track in North America running the Agra RTK, which is kind of cool, and it just plugged in.
Yeah, super easy.
Super easy. So the connectability of it is kind of easy. The configurability of it, maybe enlighten me, because obviously the new console can.
Yeah, so we can configure all 5 buttons on that main joystick, and then we have we added the auxiliary joystick in, so you can configure all top 4 buttons, forward, back, side to side, to run hydraulics, and
we hooked that up. And 3-point connections.
Yeah.
We hooked that up just when we were playing in the yard. We hooked it up to the new silage wagon.
Yep.
And I actually preferred running the silage wagon on the auxiliary joystick versus the hydraulic.
Yep. Yeah, now you can also change your colors on your hydraulic remotes as well.
I've said this before, I love how those are lit up. Working at night, it's more than muscle memory. It's the redundant, grabbing green.
Yeah.
It's a little easier just to have those lit up. The new console is pretty comfortable too.
Yeah, you can add isobus functions as well to the joysticks.
Okay, so that's for managing not only speeds and things, but hydraulic sequences.
Yes. Yep.
So when we want the drill to engage the ground, turn to float.
Yep.
All those different sequences and via time and hydraulic function, right? So played with that this morning already. The drill is set up, so we've configured it. We're controlling it.
Yep.
And the first one was connect, I guess, right? We connected it first. So
yeah, and then the main differences with control is so you now no longer have to switch between your manual mode, your foot pedal mode, and your power shift mode.
That's right. You can still drive it in those ways.
But you no longer have to click a button to switch between. You can switch on the go.
That's pretty handy. Perfect. I like a kid in a candy store, but I'm still a little bit distracted at the fact that we could have been running the camera through the main screen. I'm a little disappointed. Here we are laughing and appreciating how few monitors are in this thing. So there's the OEM console monitor, which is the, what would you call the task controller? So essentially we could be doing everything off one screen.
Exactly. Yep.
I'm not complaining with 3 screens, but we could be doing it all on one. So anyways, guys, watch this. Let's get this thing in the ground. So you've got the coolest job ever. You're saying that you run around North America playing with brand new fast tracks on a daily basis.
Yep.
Wow, guys, this guy is the Fast Track North America subject matter expert. How cool would that be, just playing with all the new stuff all the time?
No, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, so I cover pretty much the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains,
Okay.
Texas through Canada, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta. Every fast track that's sold, I go out or I try to at least.
Yep.
Every tractor that's sold, I go out and make sure that he's getting the maximum capabilities out of the tractor, making sure that it's working well for him.
And utilizing it probably for everything that it's capable
Exactly.
of using. I think we lean on that pretty hard.
Yeah.
We attempt to use fast tracks for literally everything on
Yeah.
the farm. If an implement can't be hooked to a fast track, it might not be an implement for us.
Yeah.
But so far there hasn't been.
Yeah.
Right on. So lots of 8330s and 4220s.
Yeah, I make sure the two. For the most part, North America, I see a lot of 8330s going into harvesting on grain carts.
Oh, they'd be a weapon on a grain cart.
It is. And then silage wagons,
Oh, yeah.
manure spreaders, a little bit of everything.
Anything you want to do fast.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
put a fast track for it.
Exactly.
That's a pretty clever name that they came up with. And they came up with that name back, when was the first fast track in there?
It was early 90s, I
Early
believe.
90s,
Yep.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool how fast tracks, well, actually JCB's DNA is they find a solution to a problem.
Yep.
And they've done that with, well, they've invented the backhoe. You know, they've perfected the telehandler,
Yep.
in my opinion.
Teleskid.
The teleskid, which I am amazed that regular or traditional style skid steers are allowed on
Yeah.
construction sites that have a front door. You know,
Yeah.
the side door is huge,
So
so
much
the
safer.
safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then well, the biggest problem with skid steers, they have no reach. So
Yep.
JCB fixed that. So that's, I don't know, that's pretty cool. But then 4 is the fast track,
Conventional tractor. Yeah.
and it's the best mix between a front wheel assist and an articulated four-wheel
Exactly.
drive.
Yep.
Oh, it's pretty cool. That's why I think you probably got the coolest job. Playing with brand new fast tracks every day. That is pretty cool. Yeah, we're good at a 1/4 inch. What we're doing on this field is reseeding it to hay. This is a custom job we're doing for a friend. They seeded it last year and it didn't get a good catch. They used a barley as a cover crop. They didn't get a great catch on the grass underneath. So what we're doing is we're gonna seed it the opposite direction as it was seeded last year under the barley. And we're just gonna throw in 18 pounds of the same hay blend with annual ryegrass as a bit of a cover crop for the year. The green that you see here is predominantly just alfalfa. The grass component of last year's blend didn't get much of a catch. So we're gonna come in with the Horsch Avatar and get her fixed up. what is the coolest application you've seen a fast track run in?
Oh, there's a lot. The snowblower applications are always a lot of fun in the winter.
I've heard that there are places in the world that use fast tracks for a lot of snow clearing.
Yep. Up in Minnesota, North and South Dakota, we got quite a few on snowblowers. That's always a lot of fun. On the front PTO, yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, let's go farm-based, because we know
Farm-based?
these can be a very utility tractor. We know that already, but we're farming. So farm-based, what's your favorite thing to see a fast track do?
I like running them on triples. I think that's a lot of fun.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I
And you get to do that all the time, yeah.
Well, I was gonna trick you into my answer to that same question.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing is the triple motors. You took it from me. You stole my thunder. We've come from the self-propelled disc spine category, and then bought triples and a fast track all at the same time.
Yeah.
And we've doubled our cutting capacity with triple motors. So yeah, it's kind of a neat thing, and we're actually burning less fuel
With the fast
than
track.
the self-propelled 4.5 meter machine. You've got me curious now. I mentioned these would be a weapon on a grain cart.
It is.
That the speed that you could accommodate running back to the trucks and then back to the tractor.
Yeah. A lot of guys just run straight to the grain site too with them
Oh yeah.
instead of unloading.
Yeah. Now the fine-tune adjustment on the new joystick, just toggling your speed and having your set speeds matched to what the combine's doing, I can see that being pretty valuable.
Really well.
Oh, so that's what guys are doing, is they're just toggling.
Yeah, they're setting a speed and just toggling back and forth to match the speed of the combine.
You know, so the combine slowed going up a hill, you just toggle
knock it back a couple. Yep.
Oh, right on. And then I guess the manure spreader guys, they need to make time too.
Yeah. Yeah, back and forth to the pile or wherever they're loading from.
Running back.
Exactly.
So I would imagine a lot of guys are probably running a fast track instead of bringing the manure to the field with a tractor trailer. They'll just run back and grab it with the fast track, because you can do almost the same speed.
Yep. Yeah, it takes out loading and unloading it twice. You just do it once.
Yeah. What's the most unique thing you've seen a fast track do?
We're starting to see more on side dumps, more in the construction, mining side of things.
Oh, nice. Well, it makes sense. That's how they run in Europe.
Exactly.
They run tractors for those utility purposes. So now we got the skill testing question. Can the fast track subject matter expert run a fast track better than a silly farmer?
So far not.
Well, I like to call the GPS the gypsy, and right now she's driving. But you're doing a great job. Man, I get to spend a lot of time in a fast track, so I like to joke that that's my office, but it's pretty cool that it actually is yours.
Yeah, it is.
It's actually kind of nice to have a full-size buddy seat.
It is.
And it's full leather, like, it's not heated and air conditioned like that one, but it's pretty comfortable over here. I could have a nap. Well, that's been fun. It was shiny. Now it's not. She's pretty dusty here. It's pretty dry this year, but with that being said, thank you, Scott, for coming out. You came a long way to help us make sure that our first Icon experience was iconic. And I think we can check that box. Yeah. Part of the reason you're here and why that tractor's here is we're trying to figure out if the Icons are going to be what the rest of the fleet's going to be made up from when we start replacing and buying some horsepower back at the farm. And so yeah, we're going to throw the Icon through its paces here in this spring. So thanks for getting us acquainted with the machine. We love our 4220s. I don't know if we'd go to 8330s. Probably not. It would be nice to maybe have one. Like if we were a
More
three,
horsepower.
if we were a three, if we were a 3 fast track farm,
Yeah.
240 220s and an 8330, that'd be the dream team. So thanks for letting us figure this out and put it through its paces. And
Yeah.
maybe we should go get some chicken wings.
Sounds good.
Okay, thanks guys for watching.